the conscious component, Atma Tattva in you, in all of us, is not only beyond these Panchatattva's of Prithvi Tattva, Appu Tattva, Teyu Tattva, Vayu Tattva, Akasha Tattva, means roughly in English, earth element, water element, fire element, air element, space element, the conscious element in you, consciousness in you, Atma Tattva in you, not only is beyond all these five, this empowers all these five. Listen. By intense, ferocious unclutching, Tyaga, if you decide to remove the interferences and inferences, comes on your Atma Tattva, that Tyaga manifests as superpower in your being. Atma Tattva in you, conscious principle in you, Chit Shakti in you, conscious hood in you, consciousness in you, conscious element in you. All these words denote the same. Conscious element in you is not only beyond these five principles called earth element, earth element, water element, fire element, air element, space element. This Atma Tattva, conscious principle, empowers, gives life to all these five. Listen carefully. If you use unclutching, completion and Tyaga to stop all the interferences and inferences of earth, water, fire, air, space elements on your Atma Tattva, on your conscious principle, you will manifest powers immediately. Listen. Pratyagatma Chaitanya Jakratam, individual conscious principle awakening, is not exclusive right for anyone. It is even for animals. It is granted, understand? I tell you, the essence of what I am trying to convey. If you try to keep the powerful cognition, your Atma Tattva, while you are eating, while you are sleeping, your body will not react like a normal human body. There will not be any body odor. There will not be any the hangover of sleep, the effect of sleep on you. From today, all of you start manifesting this powerful cognition. Your conscious principle, Atma Tattva, is not only beyond the 5 elements, earth element, water element, fire element, air element, and space element. The Atma Tattva empowers all these elements. And do not allow the interferences and inferences of these 5 elements on your Atma Tattva. Understand? If you just awaken your Atma Tattva, that's all. Immediately, Parabrahma, Parandama, Parameshwara, Paramashiva, Parashakti, all will manifest in you. All of them are waiting to manifest in you. You just need to say yes.
Paramashivanandam is that pure space of inside each of us, which is not disturbed by anything external, any other emotions, ups or downs happening inside of us. And that is what Paramashivanandam represents. So every one of you that are actually sitting here, when today all of us are going to be receiving the initiation, we are going to be receiving the initiation of experiencing the exact same space inside of us. The space of Paramashivanandam, where no other physical, emotional, psychological ups or downs will affect your inner space. Are all of you understanding? Now, without further delay, we are going to be entering into the last and the most important segment before darshan. We are going to be understanding about the next initiation that we are going to be receiving today. Liberation from all the obsessive compulsive patterns that we carry. What are these obsessive compulsive patterns? And how can we liberate ourselves from these patterns is what we are going to be learning right now. So let's all get ready to listen to that truth. And I request all the participants, please take a few minutes, reach out to your friends, family members, your loved ones. Please inform them. Darshan is just about to start today. All the pain, suffering, anything that we are stuck with, Swamiji himself is going to be manifesting as Ashwarudha Murthy and Guru Murthy and liberating us from that. So please take a few minutes and do let them know, and let us all prepare for the darshan for this session.
If you see a snake and become powerless, shaken, it is fear. If you are thinking any time snake may come, anywhere, and what will happen to you? It is phobia. I can give you one more example for phobia. Even the iPad screen or the cell phone screen, touch screen, if there is a snake photo, you will not touch. You will not put your finger near the mouth. How many of you have this? That is phobia. Understand, that is not fear. It's not going to come out of the iPad and hit you. Listen. Fear is different, phobia is different. Fear disturbs your integrity, but not completion. Completion is disturbed only by phobias. Look in and analyze, you will understand what I am saying. I'll expand on fears more. Listen. For example, fear of death. You always feel, I can handle when it comes. When it comes, you may not be able to handle. That will only disturb your integrity. Means where you respond, where you react. But inner space, you always come to terms with all the possible actual fears. It is law of your inner space. Whatever understanding your inner space has, if you are able to make it, live it in reality, that is called integrity. Listen. In the inner space, you may feel, I know, I can face it when it comes. And when it comes, if you are able to face it, it is integrity. If you have confidence only inside and you are not able to face it, when it actually comes, it is only completion, not integrity. Listen, I am analyzing deeper and deeper and taking you to the deeper and deeper level of completion. And I want everyone to watch this session, today's session, before coming to Inner Awakening or Suddhadvaitam, as an introduction to completion and integrity. Listen. Anything which disturbs your completion is compulsive thought current. Anything which disturbs your integrity is compulsive behavior pattern. Compulsive thought currents need to be completed first. How to? All of you know. There is a clear completion method, completion technique and technology available. Pick it up and practice. Take this as this week homework. All the compulsive thought currents you have, bring completion to it, and all the compulsive behavior patterns you have, bring completion to it. That is integrity. It can be as simple as you have to have a cup of coffee before going to your washroom in the morning, or as complicated as deep violence mixed even in your romance, in your love. Look in. That is the most complicated, compulsive thought current. Paramashiva's message directly from Kailasa. Liberating yourself from obsessive, compulsive, reactionary pattern and its suffocation is liberating yourself from delusion. Listen. The greatest suffering is identifying yourself with your obsessive, compulsive reaction and suffocation it brings in your life as you. I'll repeat. Obsessive, compulsive, reactionary pattern. You identify yourself with that pattern and not only you identify yourself with that pattern, all the suffocation that pattern brings. You start blaming everyone other than you. That is, I tell you, this is the worst delusion in the life. Even if you drink a cup of coffee, because of the obsessive, compulsive, reactionary pattern, it is drinking poison. Because the coffee is going to strengthen this obsessive, compulsory, reactionary pattern. Obsessive, compulsive, reactionary pattern. If you just understand this one message from Paramashiva, you will pull yourself out of all delusions. All delusion. This obsessive, compulsive, reactionary pattern, you strongly feeling that pattern is you, and all the suffocation comes with that pattern, you start blaming everyone around you, saying that they are all suffocating me, instead of looking inside and solving it. If I have to give a rough equivalent for the word trobhava, delusion, I will give this word only. Obsessive, compulsory, reactionary pattern, associating, identifying yourself with that pattern and suffocating yourself and blaming everyone. Oh, this person made me to believe this pattern. This person is suffocating me. This person put the pattern in me. This person is torturing me. You blame everyone around the world other than taking the responsibility and completing and getting out of it. And I have also seen people waste their time, money, treasure, the life, talent, everything in stupid sicknesses. Actually, there won't be sickness. It is just obsessive, compulsive, reactionary pattern becomes so deep in their system Even they started lying to themselves. They lie to themselves so strongly, they manifest, they create diseases inside. Actually, there is no disease outside. But if you tell them, they won't listen. Actually, they don't have any disease. But if you tell them, they won't listen. So I will also tell, okay, give medical care, do whatever they want. Only when they realize the Guru Vak, they will get out of the disease. I tell you, I have made thousands of people achieve liberation, enlightenment itself, just by breaking this one pattern, Obsessive, compulsive, reactionary pattern. Now listen deeply. I'll give you elaborate examples. Whole Hinduism is focused on human beings experiencing conscious sovereignty. Listen. Fundamentally, mind binds you, chains you through patterns, obsessive, compulsive, reactionary behavior patterns, many other bondages, illusions, delusions. Mind binds you, chains you. It takes away the conscious sovereignty of the human being, and it takes away the best way the human beings can exist naturally, dharmically. A simple human existence. And the best things that simple human conscious existence can manifest, everything is hijacked, taken away, chained, bound by mind. And when you start manifesting ferociousness and break the patterns, manifest powers, your mind is transformed into supermind. Understand? If needed, everything else can be given away just for conscious sovereignty. Conscious sovereignty is worthy of everything. Let me explain conscious sovereignty. Conscious sovereignty means I know I am consciousness. I manifested this body, this life, and I am going to be working on exhausting any bondage, chains put on me in the form of obsessive, compulsive behavior patterns, reactionary patterns, any other bondage put on me. I will exhaust those karmas and break from those bondages. I will be ferocious and break those patterns and liberate myself, manifest powers, and reclaim my conscious sovereignty. This is my life. How many ever births I take, I know this is my life. Having this clarity, and whether you are facing a headache or headache giver or worst thing you think in your life. For some people, poverty is the worst thing. They're ready to die, but they don't want to live in poverty. For some people, death is the worst thing. They are ready to go through anything, but they don't want death. For some people, loneliness is the worst thing. They are ready to go through anything, but they don't want loneliness. Listen. Nothing is worst in your life other than losing conscious sovereignty. Even in the worst situations, if you make strategies, decisions from your conscious sovereignty, you already started living enlightenment. Conscious sovereignty is too important. Don't lose that. Invoke cosmic being in your identity. You can invoke Ganesha or Subramanya, Shiva, Devi, Vishnu, Surya, any one of the cosmic being, Guru. Listen, invoke cosmic being in your identity. You will manifest such extraordinary energy and higher life. Understand? Fundamentally, Hinduism is science of invoking cosmic beings in you. That is why before even you start developing the primal OCD, Obsessive Compulsive Disorder, understand? The primal OCD, Obsessive Compulsive Disorder, you start developing before the age of 7. What I call as root pattern. Being driven by fear and greed. Please understand. Listen carefully. All human beings, other than who are initiated before the age of 7 and started manifesting their Ishta Devata, other than those few, blessed, fortunate, who are initiated and started manifesting their Ishta Devata before the age of 7, everyone else is suffering with OCD. People who brainwash you, methodology they use to brainwash you, and how you start getting brainwashed in the initial level, and how it evolves as obsessive compulsive disorder. After some time, even if you know you have enough money to buy anything which money can buy, even after acquiring so much money, you don't stop working for money, because by now it has become obsessive compulsive disorder. I tell you, the corona has taught a big lesson for the humanity. Money is not security for life or future. I wanted to tell every human being, consciousness, rich consciousness is the most powerful security. If you can manifest a power, if you can just live blissfully in an unclutched way, if you can just radiate consciousness within you and the people around you, that is the most powerful, important security. First thing, get initiated and start manifesting the cosmic being in your identity. Understand, Paramashiva exists. He is a living being, all powerful, all knowing, who just creates, maintains, destroys, rejuvenates, puts in delusion, pulls out of delusion, liberates. Who plays with these tattvas and principles, is a living being, alive, who can respond to you now. Invoke him in your identity. What do you feel as you? The core of you. Listen. When you invoke him, invoking him in you needs only two things: initiation and your conscious will persistence, requesting him, asking him to manifest in you. Invoke him. See, when you invoke him, the fear-based obsessive compulsive disorders become irrelevant. Listen carefully. I am not saying don't go for a job. I am not saying don't make money. No. I am only saying don't do it as a OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. Do it out of extreme clarity. Hindu is a being who invokes cosmic being in his identity. Your Ishta Devata becomes your core existence. You can have, the Hinduism gives beautiful choices. You can connect with Ganesha, Subramanya, Shiva, Shiva's multiple forms, Nataraja, Kala Bhairava, Swaranagarshana Bhairava, Somaskanda, Tyagaraja, Arunachaleshwara, Sundareshwara, Sukha. Different forms of Paramashiva, Dakshinamurti, Veerabhadra. Different forms you can connect. Parashakti, Vishnu, Krishna, Rama, Hanuman, Surya. You can choose your Ishta Devata in Hindu tradition. Understand? Invoke the Ishta Devata in your identity. Morning when you wake up, your waking up should not be obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD. No. It should be IID, Ishta inspired decision. not OCD, but IID. Ishta, inspired decision. Use this word. Ishta, inspired decision. IID, not OCD. I tell you. When you react based on OCD, you feel stuck, suffocated. You don't know how to do, what to do, and finally end up in literally depression, frustration, living dead or suicide itself. All the problems of the human life, all the sufferings and pains humanity is going through, the source is OCD you started developing from your root pattern. Before the age of 7, from your root pattern, you develop your OCD. That is why in Hindu tradition, as early as possible, the child should be initiated and it should start manifesting Ishta Devata. Ishta Devata inspired, Ishta Devata mantra, Ishta Devata manifesting in its being. See, for example, morning, the moment I became aware of this world, the first thing is Paramashiva manifesting. There is no OCD for me to jump out of bed. No fear or greed or OCD to jump out of bed. Paramashiva is manifesting. Come on. Now Paramashiva will do his work. Understand, waking up due to OCD manifests all types of complications and problems. Anyone who can wake up early morning due to IID, Ishta Devata inspired decision, no OCD, IID, Ishta Devata inspired decision, just 11 days, I guarantee all your blood pressure, diabetes, everything will become normal. Ganapati is real. He's a living cosmic being. When you invoke him, he actually comes with that big elephant face, pot belly, Brahmanda in his belly, and asks, "Oh my son, what do you want? Oh my dear, what do you want? Why you invoked me?" They are all really, really real. Don't think they are just some principle painting done by some rishi to explain certain concept and principle. They are all real beings, cosmic beings. One advantage my disciples have, see, all my disciples who feel, hey, Swamiji will not lie to me and he will only tell the truth to me. For you guys who have that feeling, hey, Swamiji will tell only truth to me, he will not lie to me. The biggest advantage you have is your being immediately connects with that consciousness, with that beings. Your identity opens with them because your identity is convinced that Swamiji told Ganesha is real, he is real. Swamiji told Kalbhairava is real, he is real. Swamiji told Paramashiva is real, he is real. That is the way actually initiation happens. that one initiation and connection happens between you and me, I know for sure you will be enlightened. Today or tomorrow or day after tomorrow you will be enlightened. No doubt. All your lifestyle can be moved away from OCD to IID. I tell you, all your decisions and its good, bad effects, results, success, failure, everything finally take it to Paramashiva and cry. Want to express your frustration, express it to him. Want to express your love, express it to him. Want to show your gratitude, show it to him. Want to fight, fight with him. Do everything with your Ishtadevata. It can be Ganapati, it can be Shiva, it can be Muruga, it can be your Guru. I tell you, just practice this one. In few weeks, your life will start moving from obsessive compulsive disorder based to Ishtadevata inspired decision based, IID. Ferociously, not softly, not politely, not mildly, but ferociously breaking the obsessive compulsive reactionary patterns is power manifestation. Paramashiva's powers manifest to beings who powerfully, ferociously break obsessive compulsive reactionary patterns. Even once you behave with your obsessive compulsive reactionary pattern ferociously and break one pattern and manifest powers, the kind of the courage you will feel, you will straight walk towards enlightenment. Because after that, every obstruction, every barricade, every stopping will look very funny. All your patterns, obsessive, compulsive, reactionary patterns are not worthy. Life, Paramashiva's powers are only worthy to manifest, celebrate, enjoy. Listen carefully. Listen intensely. Unable to build collective integrity is just because of your obsessive compulsive reactionary pattern. Understand? Whatever stops you building collective integrity is your obsessive compulsive reactionary pattern. Sit and pen down what stops you building collective integrity around you. Behave ferociously with those patterns. You usually behave ferociously with the people, not with the patterns. Behave ferociously with the patterns. Behave cutely with the people. You do opposite. You behave ferociously with people and behave very cutely with your patterns. Every time you behave ferociously with your patterns and break, you manifest at least one power of Paramashiva. Listen. To behave ferociously with your pattern, you don't need anything other than feeling connection or trust on me, because the trust you have on me will naturally manifest as the courage to execute my words. That is the way I manifested Paramashiva. See, my extreme love for my gurus, my extreme love for my gurus.
What are these obsessive compulsive reactionary patterns inside of us? Every one of us carry these OCDs, which stops us from experiencing the collective integrity. Swamiji said, right, even the biggest of obsessive compulsive reactionary patterns can be broken with just simple feeling connection. See, these obsessive compulsive patterns are something that we have, which at some point beyond our control, we just go ahead and we keep repeating that same thing again and again, more like an addiction. And Swamiji so beautifully explain the whole thing to us, how we can liberate ourselves from these OCDs and instead replace them with IIDs, Ishta inspired decisions. There's a very beautiful happening from Swamiji's life. When Swamiji was just about 9-year-old, right? Swamiji was walking around and, like, as all of you might have heard tons of times, from a very young age, Swamiji was like very clear. The way Swamiji was not like any other normal child would do. He didn't spend time playing with toy cars and all of that. Swamiji would always spend time with sadhus, walking around the Arunachala hill and in the temple. So once Swamiji had heard Annamalai Swamigal, and Swamiji Annamalai Swamigal used to be a huge inspiration. One of Swamiji's gurus, Annamalai Swamigal, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi's direct disciple. And Swamiji used to always say, how will Annamalai Swamigal do it? I should also do it the same way. How will Annamalai Swamigal behave? I'll also behave the same way. How will Annamalai Swamigal respond? Will he have pain? No, then I'll also not have pain. Swamiji said he used to always take all the decisions, actions, responses to life, everything in that. Okay. So imagine one day Swamiji was walking around the Arunachala hill night all by himself, just a 9-year-old boy. And Swamiji is doing the circumambulation of Arunachala hill, the birthplace of Swamiji, the spiritual capital of the world. So when Swamiji was walking around the Arunachala hill, it happens to be like late in the night, dark night. and Swamiji is walking all by himself. And on the way, Swamiji is having to cross a graveyard, right? It is raining quite heavily, and right in front of Swamiji is absolute like an abyss of darkness. There's nothing else other than darkness. And Swamiji was walking by himself, and this is in what, 1980s time, right? And in between, because of the rain, there were a pack of hyenas that were eating the dead bodies. Just I can't even, like, even now, for me to visualize, to tell this, it terrifies me. But imagine just a 9-year-old boy, and he's walking all by himself, and Swamiji sees a pack of hyenas, and because of the rain, one dead body had washed up, and these hyenas were eating it. What would have happened to us? Probably we would have screamed, we would have been, just shocked in fear, we would have just frozen, we would have done like all sorts of things, right? Many of us just fainted and collapsed there. You know what Swamiji did? Very beautifully, Swamiji describes that moment. Swamiji saw the fear started bubbling in Swamiji, but even before body could process something called fear, Swamiji's integrity was so powerful. Swamiji didn't even get agitated or triggered. Like, means he didn't even react to the scene. Like, imagine such a scary scene. And there's like hyenas, and he's just a 9-year-old boy all by himself. You know what Swamiji did? Swamiji just looked straight, and Swamiji asked to himself, how will Annamalai Swamigal behave? Will he have fear? No, he will not. Then I will also not have fear. And Swamiji beautifully says, it was such a strong decision in Swamiji. Swamiji, even before the body could process something called fear, the fear died down. And after that, Swamiji never had any kind of fear in his life ever. That moment, out of the blue, from somewhere, someone appeared with a stick and chased all the hyenas away. And Swamiji absolutely had no fear. And Swamiji continued to do his whole Girival, went all by himself and completed it. That is Ishta-inspired decision, where your patterns don't stop you. Of course, Swamiji is Paramashiva. He does not have patterns. But even then, a 9-year-old boy still in a human body, the chemical processing will be happening, the hormonal reactions will be happening in the body. Moreover, like Masusan is saying, I would have just been sick even just seeing that. Now imagine just a 9-year-old boy. But Swamiji did not, even before that body could respond with this hormonal surge of fear, Swamiji was so clear in his consciousness, his automated response was, how will Annamalai Swamigal behave? Will he have fear? No. Then let me just walk. That decision was so ferocious, so strong, that even fear, the hormones could not affect. There was nothing, there was no reaction, there was nothing happening in Swamiji's system. That is the power of Ishta-inspired decision. Catching it? Are you all getting it? Yes, so many of you are putting wow. Actually, this is one of my most favorites to, like, Leelas of Swamiji, because the way Swamiji just shows by example, right? If you see, so many times unconsciously in our lives, we build patterns, these OCDs that Swamiji was mentioning about, our compulsion to react to something a certain way, even before someone can say, let's say someone gives you some feedback about dress. Just that is enough. They would have just told you, this is nice and it can be more better, but even that can just trigger you off. For some people, it's food. For some people, it's relationships. For some people, it's career, it's wealth. There's something or the other, but there is something that each of us carry inside of us. These are called the obsessive compulsive patterns in us. And those OCDs sit inside of us. And like Swamiji was saying, they completely disconnect you from being able to experience life, from being able to manifest life as you want. How many of you are understanding it? Great. Can I request every one of you to post in the chat? What do you understand as obsessive compulsive patterns? And what is Ishta inspired decision? Come on. I request every one of you to type and post in the chat. Okay, Ma Prithvi Prasad is posting, Ma Elizabeth, Ma Susan. I request every one of you to type. What do you understand as OCDs, the obsessive compulsive reactionary patterns? And what do you understand as IID, Ishta inspired decision? Come on, every one of you, please take a few minutes and post. Amit Popatkaraya, sorry, I'm just seeing your question. How to unlearn, you have asked about these cognitions. When you constantly replace your powerless cognitions with Ishta inspired decisions, automatically the unlearning of the conditionings will happen and your body will replace them with the right powerful cognitions. Okay, Cordney Miller has posted OCD is wrong reactions. Okay. And I also see Dana Caesar has posted doing the same thing over and over again and again is OCD. See, OCD is not just repeating it again and again. That is also OCD, but the most important factor there is it becomes an compulsion in you. It becomes an obsession and compulsion in you to react a certain way, which means beyond a certain point, it just becomes your um, automated response to react a certain way. It's not just you repeating. Many times we consciously create a certain patterns, certain practices. But OCDs is unconsciously, even without your conscious voluntary involvement, involuntarily these processes runs inside of you. For example, when you pick up the smoking for the first time, and let's say for the first time you had a very bad fight, a bitter fight, and you go and pick up this cigarette to smoke, then you build it as an OCD inside of you that every time you have a fight or that fit of rage engulfs your body, you're automatically reaching out to the smoke and you start smoking. All these are OCDs, obsessive compulsive patterns, which all happen involuntarily without your conscious involvement and they keep happening. All of these are OCDs. Now, I request all of you to please take a few minutes and look into your life, identify all the points, the different OCDs that you have developed, manifested in your life. Just take a few minutes. Pen down the top 5 obsessive compulsory reactionary patterns you strongly feel that the pattern is you and going through all the suffocation that comes with that pattern. Write down all the obsessive compulsive reactionary patterns that you carry inside of you. that all the patterns, the situations, all the obsessive, compulsory, reactionary patterns, you strongly feeling that the pattern is you, going through all the suffocation, pen down all of that. Yes. Have you all finished writing? How many of you finished? And how many patterns were each of you able to identify? Okay, 5 patterns. Okay, Majayanti has posted 5. The others? See, the most important component is you replacing them with the right powerful cognitions. It can even be as simple as you have to go have your cup of coffee, otherwise your whole day will go messy, cranky. That's again another OCD that you have created for yourself. You have to go and have your morning newspaper. You have to go and read your morning newspaper. Without that, you cannot run your day. That is again another OCD that you create for yourself. Now, for each of these OCD that you have written down, replace it with an Ishta-inspired decision. Means very simple. What is the right powerful cognition you are going to replace it with every single time that you fall into that struggle again and again? Take a few minutes, mark another column. So you all wrote in one column of OCDs. Now write another column of all the Ishta-inspired decisions based on which you're going to be taking actions. It can be even something as simple as every morning, instead of having coffee, you're just going to chant Mahavakya and drink Jala Ushada. Start with that. Very simple. Ishta-inspired decisions. Just using the power of Guru Vak, the power of what Swamiji told. Just following, it is my Guru Vak to have this. Let me just go do it. If you just stick to that, many of the OCDs will simply break. You will not even need to. That's what Swamiji said, right? One of the most powerful ways to break free from OCDs is just to liberate yourself with feeling connection. That's all you need to do. Take another, I'll give you all 5 minutes because many of you requested time that you had not finished writing. Plus, for all of you to write down the Ishta inspired decision, I'll give you all a few minutes. Okay, exactly 5 minutes from now. Let's make it fast because we still have a lot of important cognitions to learn and prepare for the darshan. So we request every one of you to write it. Make another column, mark and write down all the Ishta inspired decisions that you're going to replace it with. Let us start. Yes. Please relax. If you have finished writing, please relax. Yes. And now we are going to be entering into the power manifestation session. So let's all enter into the next round of the power manifestation session. To each of you that are sitting here today, we will now be manifesting the power of being able to identify, being able to recognize correctly what exactly another person is playing or listening to in their respective place. So we are going to be manifesting that same power. But this round, last round, we all manifested together. I played the music and you all were able to hear it and scan. This round, you're all going to be connecting amongst yourself as partners and manifesting it. And we're all preparing for the darshan. I know many of you are eagerly awaiting for the darshan. We are all preparing ourselves for the darshan. The darshan will be starting very, very soon. So please stay tuned with us. And we request all the participants, every one of you, to sincerely manifest this power. Please take a few minutes. Each of you can connect to a partner. Can I request every one of you to connect to another partner? See, what exactly you're going to be doing is your partner will play any song that they want. It could be anything, right? It could be song, it could be sound of birds, it could be water, it could be any sound for that matter. And they should be listening. Of course, they'll be muted and they'll be listening. You will be identifying what exactly is it that they are listening to. And listen very carefully. When you reduce the volume inside you, means when you reduce all the inner chatter that happens inside of you, you will be able to listen to what is being spoken to outside. You will be able to identify precisely what is happening on the outside. That is a power. When you reduce the inner chatter, you will be able to hear the subtlest of sounds from distance. Even in a room with 100 people speaking, and you are on one end of the hall, your friend is on the other end of the hall, the external noises does not matter. With so much noise, if you choose, you will still be able to hear what exactly your friend is whispering at the other end of the hall, despite the chitter-chatter that goes between the 100 people. So every one of you, focus exactly what point you want to hear. Reduce all the sounds inside you. Bring the manon mauna. You will be able to hear the sounds so clearly outside. I request all of you to connect to a partner.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda
Okay. How many of you have manifested? Ma Sunira, you should not guess. You should see through the third eye and scan. And whatever you're seeing through the third eye, you should just go on sharing it. Okay. So, who all have manifested? Come on, Ma Shushan, Ma Cecilia Lam, Ma Bhovati, Ma Peyu Wong. Come on, every one of you post, manifest. See, the more and more you manifest, that is the way you digest the powerful cognitions and truths. All right. Now, we're going to be entering into the next session. This is just before the darshan, we're going to be learning a very important truth. Today, when Swamiji is initiating us into Paramashivanandam, it is important that we understand what is the significance of this. What does it stand for? And the ability to retain that unclutched inner space is Paramashivanandam. Now let us understand the science behind unclutching. Take a few minutes and listen to these beautiful revelations.
I tell you, each of my gurus, they poured their life on me. The clarity with which I can grasp all the great spiritual principles and explain. That is because of my ability to unclutch, which is the pure gift from Annamalai Swamigal. It is just a simple gift from him. My ability to operate in Sahaja Samādhi, space of Paramashiva, gift from Isaki Swamigal. All my Guru's glory is only my life. My ability to be in Ajapa Japa state. I can actually keep the Japamala whole night. Even if you think I am sleeping, the mala will be rolling in my hand continuously. That is the gift given to me by Yogi Ram Surat Kumar. He is the Ajapa Japa Purusha. He is actually the embodiment of Ajapa Japa. He gave me the gift of Ajapa Japa. So, remember this very clearly. Peace alters the very DNA structure, genetic structure, the core Anu Mahat structure. Understand? Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. The consciousness in you is atom inside the atom, Mahat, more than Mahat. That Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. That consciousness starts growing in you with more and more peace-based powerfulness developing in you. Nothing can be compared to unclutching. Spend more and more time, energy in unclutching. It will never be wasted. Time spent on unclutching is the most productive time for you in your life, because unclutching completely makes you altogether a different material. Understand? It makes your very biomemory, muscle memory, core structure, molecular structure, genetic structure, DNA structure, everything. All the 8 energy flow circuits, 7 energy flows, 1 the pure conscious explosion. So totally 8 energy flow circuits exist in you. All the 8 explodes when you unclutch. Understand? Unclutching is the space of Sri Kailasa. Listen carefully. Categorization, generalization, judging, All this is taught to you as a science of life. But all this leads more and more delusion. Listen carefully. I wanted to put this on record clearly. Generalizing, categorizing, classifying, passing judgments about people, about situation, about communities, about societies, about political parties, about the world happenings. All this is absolute delusion due to non-involvement. Delusion-based decisions are bound to lead to suffering and more ignorance. Life does not demand you to deal too much of information or too much of stress and the load and fear and insecurity. First, understand that your life needs only simple decisions from your Paramashanta Swarupa. For example, when you are thirsty, water bottle is there in front of you, just pick up the bottle and drink. If the water bottle is not there, get up, go to kitchen and get water and drink. That's all. Instead, you are being taught, oh, when you are weak, when you are feeling tired, when you are thirsty, you may be dehydrated, you will not have enough strength in your biceps and muscles to pick up a glass and pick up the water and drink. Please start working out now. Take this protein powder, take this non-veg, take this, drink that blood, this muscles, this flesh, and build your body. So when you are thirsty, you can just get up and without any dehydration, difficulty, you can start drinking water. And to substantiate the statement we are making, we have thousands of studies, research has done on people. Listen. Practice this simple Paramashanta Swarupa for few days. Taste this ultimate silence for few days. Like these kids, when they are addicted to toffee, they will keep the toffee in the mouth all the time. When they need to go somewhere, they will take it and put the wrapper, keep it in the packet. They will go and do all their play and everything, and they will come back. When they are free, again they will take it and put it in the mouth and start tasting it. In Tamil villages, we used to say, Kuchmitai. Just like how the kids enjoy the toffee whenever they are free, decide to enjoy the Paramashanta Swarupa, ultimate peace who is sitting inside you. Whenever you have time, just sit all the time happily in Paramashiva's space. Paramashanta. This whole cosmos is happening. Big bangs happening, black holes happening, universes manifesting, playing, merging, time zones happening, playing, merging. You are there in that Paramashanta Swarupa as Paramashiva, witnessing this whole drama. if you just bring the oneness to your intellectual understanding and your inner cognition, apply that in every aspect of your life, relationships, health. Even if you have a simple headache, apply oneness as the first solution. You may ask how to apply oneness on headache. I'll give you very simple understanding. Just see where the pain is and see me, oneness within me cannot be uncomfortable within me. If something is uncomfortable within me, then that me is not in oneness with me. Let me see where me is not in oneness with me. Just start searching for that. You will see me becomes one with me and headache disappears. If there is a headache, me is not in oneness with me. Let me see which part of me is not in oneness with me. Just start searching. I tell you, simply headache will disappear. And please listen. I'm not giving you false ideas. Just take little sacred ash. Tell Paramashiva, "Oh Mahadeva, Paramashiva, I know oneness is an energy which can be mixed with any object, and that object will manifest and radiate that electromagnetic energy of oneness. So let this sacred ash be mixed with that electromagnetic energy of your oneness. Let your oneness be invoked in this sacred ash and apply that on your forehead with the Mahavagya Nithyananda Paramashivam. It is equivalent to applying oneness on your forehead, and you will see headache disappears. I am not giving you some method like a placebo, fluke, click. No. Understand? What I am talking is far beyond placebo. It is oneness effect, not placebo effect. The electromagnetic force, maybe I can use a new word, cosmomagnetic force of oneness can be infused into any object. You can infuse that within you and without you, both. Within you and without you, both. When I lived my Parivrajaka life, means body was moving around without will, devoid of will, just with the flow of Paramashiva, Prakriti and Purusha, Paramashiva and Parashakti. The sacred ash is the only medicine. That is the mosquito repellent. That is the blanket. That is everything. Cold, apply sacred ash. Mosquitoes, apply sacred ash. Animals are in the forest and they may attack you, apply sacred ash. For anything, applying sacred ash was the solution. I'll take the sacred ash, invoke the powerful oneness cognition into it, the electromagnetic energy of oneness. Infuse that into that sacred ash and apply all over the body. That's it. I tell you, this is one of the powerful Mahavagya I received from Annamalai Swamigal. This is, I should say, that from the Ramana Sampradaya, the tradition, ecosystem of Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi. Very casually, he put this in me. Deham naham, koham soham. Like how in the schools you learn Baba, black sheep. See, the rhymes you learn
plays a major role in your thinking. Don't think rhymes are just funny. This is the most beautiful rhyme for enlightenment I learned. Deham naham koham soham. Deham means body, naham, I am not. Then koham, who am I? Soham, Paramashiva is me. I can say that I just can build full-fledged temple for Annamalai Swamigal just putting this one rhyme inside my head. Even while I walk to the restroom, the schools, they will give an interval break, 10 minutes. You have to run to the restroom and come back. Even while running to the restroom, I will sing this only. Deham naham koham soham. Ninekka ninjurudi Annamalayane. Ummannin mahimayo. Katrin kirubayo. Listen, the rhymes you cherish inside you matters. The words you cherish inside you matters. The words you cherish inside you for 6 months will become reality within a year. At least it will become like a echo chamber for you. ECHO. Echo chamber for you, around you. These rhymes, these great beings are put inside my head so casually. I started doing to Annamalai Swamigal because he will give that candy and all that for the kids. Whoever brings to have his darshan, candy and other sweet, he will give it to all those kids. Very casually, he put these great truths inside my head. If you know little Sanskrit, you will understand this 4 word is the essence of whole Hinduism. Deham means body. Naham, not my core, me. Me. Deham is mine, but not me. Naham, koham, then who am I? Soham, Paramashiva. Even when I am running to the washroom, from the class to the washroom, I will try to run. Deham naham koham soham, deham naham koham soham, deham naham koham soham. And run. Finish. Run back. Deham naham koham soham, deham naham koham soham. This constantly going on with this created a kind of an echo chamber around me.
And if you remain hungry and put Mahavagya and powerful cognitions into your system, so much detoxification will happen. Literally 90% you will get established in oneness and enlightenment. You do not need mental work, you need physical work. Means we need to work only on your body. I have given you too much initiation, too much of powerful cognitions, and from here itself I can give enlightenment to you left and right, just like that. It's not at all a big job. In English, what you say, piece of cake. You use any word. Just, I need your body to be detoxified, so when I pour me in you, you can hold. It is literally cosmic union. I can make the cosmic union happen with any one of you at any time now, especially with this whole vibration of that love. That is why I insist on you moving to liquid diet, at least next for 21 days. Liquid diet, chanting of Mahavagya, vibrate yourself with the Mahavagya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivam, and spend as much time as possible with oneness capsules and satsangs, this powerful cognitions. And I tell you, these powerful cognitions will get rooted in your biomemory. When you don't give the job of grinding food to your intestine, see, you have 3 things 24 hours happening in you. Blood circulation, breathing, digestion. You cannot stop blood circulation. You cannot stop breathing. But if you just reduce the load of digestion, both get impacted. The breathing becomes very deep and the whole blood circulation becomes so pure. Consciousness, the pure Paramashiva, starts reflecting in your system more powerfully in a higher frequency. I am giving you all the real secrets of Raja Vidya. I am giving you all the original secrets revealed by Paramashiva to Devi, Devi to Vishnu, Vishnu to Brahma, Brahma to Surya, Surya to that whole Surya Vamsa. And what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that he gave the signs to Surya, and from Surya to Ikshwagu, Ikshwagu to Manu, and the whole Sampradaya, Surya Vamsa, Sarvanyapita. That whole parampara, whatever secret was stored with that kings, that Raja Vidya I am giving you. Work on body. Only middle class people work on mind. Kings, elite people work on body. Work on body, I am telling you. Middle class people eat and waste their life. Royal elite people don't eat. Just drink, build the body. Strong nervous system to hold the highest version of Paramashiva's love. The highest version of Paramashiva's love I tasted in my life, Arunagiri Yogi Ishvara, my Guru. The love was so much. Never I felt insecure that will I be able to execute all his instructions, all his command, all his words. I just know I have to make his words into reality. I have to strategize whatever he wants. I have to strategize and make it happen. That's all. Understand? When you start talking intensely to Paramashiva, just these 3, listen. Forget about everything else. Paramashiva is real. And you start talking to him. You can be complaining.
You can be crying, you can be talking, you can be enjoying, you can say, thank you for what you have given me, or you can be angry, saying that what have you done to me? Why is Australia fire is not getting put off? Why the animals are dying in Australia? You can talk anything you want. He's as older than sun and fresher than your breath. Is new to you than your own breath. Is old to you than the sun. Older than the sun, newer than the fresh breath you are taking inside. So you can talk anything you want. Remember one thing, cognizing is real, and then whatever you talk to him and whatever response he does, sometimes he will give verbal response, sometimes he will fulfill your prayers, sometimes he will pour intense paramashanta state in you. All is his response. Anything you do will only wake you up to the reality is real and is ultimate. That's it. I have given the essence of everything. State, space, powers, being, superconsciousness and Sri Kailasa of Paramashiva. All the 6 aspects I have given in this 1-3 line. Paramashiva is real. The ultimate is real. And start talking to him intensely. It can be sweet, friendly conversation. It can be fight. It can be demanding. It can be aggression. It can be surrender. It can be screaming. It can be anything. Know that he is real and go on internally talking to him. Before sipping cup of coffee, tell him, Swamiji, here is a sweet coffee. Enjoy. Before falling asleep, tell him, I am resting in you. Make my brain fall in tune, so I manifest you. Go on and on and on. I tell you. Listen to this. Once you feel you are dreaming, and after that, even if you slip into dreams, all those dreams only leads you to waking up state. Only once you remember, I think I am dreaming and it's not all real. Even if you don't wake up and fall, you slip into the dream again. After that, every dream you go through, will only lead you to wake up. You will only wake up.
I'm going to the root and unclutching. What you ferment inside your inner space really matters. What you cherish in your inner space matters a lot. Now, every single time that we cherish any cognitions that are powerlessness in us, then that is what manifests as reality in front of us. Every moment you cherish powerfulness in your inner space, you manifest that exact same thing as your experience. And now with this, it is time that all of us enter into the darshan preparation. I request all the participants, every one of you, to please come, settle down. Please be in the camera. Today, all of us are going to be having the darshan of Ashwarudha Murthy and Guru Murthy forms of Paramashiva. Which means, in these forms of Paramashiva, that he assumed. He gave the blessings, he manifested as Guru and liberated his disciple, attended to all the situations that his disciple was facing, Manika Vasagar was facing. Today, Swamiji is going to be initiating all of us into few main initiations. The first one being Paramashivanandam, means experiencing the bliss of Paramashiva. Experiencing the bliss that you are Paramashiva. And the next one, the next initiation that Swamiji will be blessing all of us with is the initiation into liberating yourself from all the OCDs, the obsessive compulsive patterns that you have inside of you. And the most important initiation today that we're all going to be receiving is liberating ourselves from any pain and suffering. Any pain, any suffering you carry inside your inner space, Swamiji will be completely healing and liberating all of us. And this darshan is a very, very sacred space. When you sit in the darshan, Swamiji himself is manifesting. He himself is going to be manifesting in each of our inner space, blessing, attending to all our prayer requests and boons. And today, as Swamiji is in intense samadhi, we will all be having the alive darshan. And this darshan is extremely powerful. The initiation that we are going to be receiving, the darshan of Ashwarudha Murthy and Guru Murthy. So today, we will not be having a live darshan, we will be having an alive darshan, where Swamiji will be blessing all of us as Ashwarudha Murthy and Guru Murthy form of Paramashiva. I request everyone to please settle down. Please come in front of the camera. See, darshan is an extremely sacred space. During darshan, anything that you create as a conscious sankalpa in you, means anything that you create inside you as an desire or an intention, that simply manifests as reality. So in this darshan, any prayers, anything that you have, all of them manifest as reality. And now we are all going to be entering into the darshan. I request every one of you to please settle down, sit straight. Sit with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. And let us all get ready to receive this most beautiful form of Paramashiva as Ashwarudha Murthy and Guru Murthy, where he blesses and liberates us from any type of pain or suffering that we are stuck in. Today's darshan will liberate you from any type of pain that you may carry in your inner space and bless you with that ultimate liberation. There's a very beautiful verse which says, Achala upari shringe shambhuyogasanastu dhavalamamalavarnam chaiva vaktram trinetram karagata shuche sarpa pustaka jnana samudram Muninuta Padma Yugmam Dakshina Murti Mide. Means it says the lotus eyes of the Guru represent the individual manifest self, the Shakti, and Sa represents the universal, unmanifest self. He is the divine cause of the universe. He, of his own being's independent will, manifests as effulgent cosmic rays into the infinite, embodied forms to uplift the world. He is supremely free. His form is imperishable, manifested living deity. He is eternal and all-pervading. Meditate and be absorbed into the lotus feet of our Guru. Now, in the same space, let us all get ready to receive the darshan. Please sit straight. Sit with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Let us all chant the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam